Hello, YouTube. Welcome to Mechabellum. And today I want to go over a secret feature, or an undocumented feature in the patch notes that did get added in one of the more recent patches, and encourage you to play because now's a great time to pick the game back up if you're waiting for a reason to. And let's just go into the feature now. The feature that got added in is setting the initial HP in solo practice mode. Now, the reason why this feature is so sought after is because practice mode plays just like multiplayer, except for you can choose your difficulty, of course. But being able to change the initial HP of yourself and your opponent up to 100,000. If you try to do any more than 100,000, it will just revert it back. So I believe that's the highest it'll go. Let's try 200,000 just to see. Nope. Yeah. So only go up to 100,000. 100,000 initial HP on you and your opponent is more than enough to make the game go extremely long. You can very easily get up to 20 rounds or more in the match. And it plays just like multiplayer, so when you pick your initial cards, you can get your elite specialist, your heavy armor specialist, cost control specialist, all of these things that you would pick in a multiplayer match. But now you can make the game last as long as you want, or as long as your computer can handle, realistically. Because if you set it up to 100,000 HP, let's just say my computer tries to launch itself into space with how hard the fans blow. Uh, just because of how many units are out on the field. Now then, the other mode that you may be tempted to try is the survival mode. And some people might be like, just play survival mode if you want to play that long of games. The difference between practice mode and survival mode is you have way more control in the practice mode. When you play survival, you get a choice between random units, and you can't choose to unlock any more additional units at all. So you're kind of stuck with whatever it gives you. And then after a while, you start noticing a pattern of just cookie cutter builds that get very stale to play after a while to unlock insane. And to add another detriment already to kind of an unfun mode, once you realize that the durability system is just a punishment system for you, and it takes away the units off your side of the field, no matter what unit you've put out there on the field, unless you use one of the very explored cookie cutter builds that are kind of unfun to play because of how much they get spammed. You're going to lose all your units and then eventually lose the game. So Insane Mode, I believe, was a template for one of the most controversial patches of the game, which was the free unit cards. Because of how overpowered some of those cards could be, you could completely counter your opponent with a free unit card because it was high level, or you got multiple high level units. And survival mode does emulate that because you get high level units at random to choose from. They're not all level 1 units. Sometimes you get a level 5, a level 3, and of course, obviously, you pick that one. And so I believe this was kind of a template for that patch. And that patch isn't very, in a lot of people's opinion, not very fun to play against because you have a board that you set up and you've positioned well, and all of a sudden you get countered by one unit that completely counters the one side of your board and end up losing the whole game just because they got a free unit card where they realistically went into debt every round and couldn't afford such a high level unit. Oops. I'm surprised nothing naughty popped up in the chat right there. Anyway, yeah, so survival mode, it is it is fun up to a point until you start realizing that to play on the highest difficulty settings, you have to play a cookie cutter build, and then that kind of sucks all the fun out of it. So most of the time, you end up playing on very easy, just so you have a guaranteed 10 rounds where you don't lose any units, and you can actually kind of test out, what happens after the game goes super long. Because in multiplayer, the matches are very short. Most matches will end before round 6 or 7. And then the the matches that do stand out and do seem like a lot of fun are those matches where it did last around 10. You got to round 12 and it was neck and neck the whole way. And and when you usually have those exceptionally fun matches, usually those are the ones that everybody's typing GG well played in because you just had a blast. So now you have the option of taking those once in like every 10 games where you have like this super long game where you tried something weird and it worked. Now you can go ahead and do that every game. And if you wanted the initial HP is set there, that's like a normal multiplayer match. Maybe you just want to try, going double what a multiplayer match would be. Or you just wanted one super long game where you tried something absolutely stupid and you just wanted to just run with it. Set the HP whatever you want and just have a blast. I like picking the Insane AI because the Insane AI does counter you very hard, does surprising flanks. They're kind of predictable after you've played a few times against it, but it does try really hard with shockingly strong flanks. And you even get to pick your map you want to play on. So if you're tired of seeing the training base map from survival mode all the time, and you actually want to maybe see some greenery, that's really nice too. And there's a lot to like about this practice mode, and I hope that they continue to enhance this and maybe add some even more difficult levels to it. Because now we can set the rounds as long as we want. We have units that can last the whole game after we place them down. We're not being punished by survival mode. And after a while, the free unit cards stop mattering. Yes, they're in this mode too, but they stop mattering after a while. You just end up selling them if they're not. Just like in multiplayer, some of the free unit cards are just like free money, and you immediately sell them just to continue on with your specialized comp. And this just makes it so you can amp that up even further. And to show what I mean, let's have a fun match against the Insane AI. Just double the standard multiplayer match. Ooh, heavy armor specialist. I'm going to set up all my units the way I want them. I'm going to do a whole bunch of dumb stuff just to show that you can really do whatever you want. And it's still going to be great. So if you don't want to watch this match and just have fun with the whole feature, pretty much I'm just going to play this match out. But what I wanted to show off is notice that the opponent's HP and my HP were set to the initial value of 90,000, and then plus or minus depending on what unit card I picked or what specialist card I picked at the very start of the round. So it's just like a multiplayer match. The Insane AI is going to slaughter more than likely your first couple of rounds because it plays to win very early in the rounds, and usually that's enough in a average length game to crush a normal player. So unless you've played against the Insane AI a lot or just practice a ton, the Insane AI will kind of kick your butt. But when you extend out the length of the round so far, it gets interesting, and you can have a lot of fun. And really just practice like late game comps if you really want to, without having to go through the tedium of setting up the training grounds mode. The training grounds mode, yeah, you can do anything you want, including everything you could do here, but it's so tedious. It's annoying to set up, and you have to click through all these menus and learn how to set up the whole mode. Whereas this, you just set the initial HP and off you go. So anyway, that'll mostly do for the end of the video, unless you want to hang around and watch the rest of this match, because I'm going to do something dumb. It's going to be fun. I should probably hit speed up. I just enjoy watching the fights. I can't believe have I won every round so far? Uh-oh. Yeah, he's in trouble already. Ooh. If I get like 2 intelligent arc-light cards, that could be fun. I'm not gonna go for that, but as an example of just how silly this mode could be, I suppose. This is gonna be really fun in the last couple of rounds when I flip on a certain upgrade and just decimate the AI. I'm already winning hard, so it's kind of funny. So I'm gonna pick this Overlord, then sell it, just to get more money in, and then continue with the ridiculousness. I'm finally gonna drop around even. Ooh. Game already knows what I want to do. Can't really get another upgrade yet. Not quite ready to sell the tanks. It's my rhino that explodes. It's too bad I'm not getting any of the upgrades I want to see. I'm not sure if it even matters though with how I have my setup. I just need a few more marksmen. Just a couple more, not too many more. Maybe a whole lot more, I don't know. I can't believe I'm hanging on this long in this round already. That's not a good sign for the AI. Level 5 crawlers would be a fun pickup, but I'm already going into a very specialized build. Maybe one more round of buying marksman. I'll right side stack a little. Then next round I think I'll turn on assault marksman next round, I think. That was a good flank. Too bad I don't have giant hunter. I'm winning again. I wasn't supposed to win that round. Guess it means I'm selling my tanks. There's the upgrade everybody wants to see. Well, I really can't do much. I could put down a whole bunch of missiles and things, but I'm just gonna save for next round. Uh-oh. The assault marksmen aren't winning as hard as I thought they should. That's alright though. Oh, I should have got a higher level. Oops. That might have cost me the game, who knows? Shouldn't though. If I can click on all these units to upgrade. Hard to tell which units are upgradable. Let's do what every professional in this game will tell you don't do. Don't waste money on shields. Ooh, give me that melting point. Oh, come on, give me that fortress. It was starting to convert. It's alright, I got the other one. Oh, range specialist. It's about time that showed up. Like it'll come down to that. Let's do all the things I'm not supposed to. Oops, I meant to sell the tanks this round. I got too excited. Hey, I finally got that fortress. Nice, got both of them. Don't mind if I do. And that's game. Well, that's been a lot of fun. And as you can see, you can start doing just things you absolutely shouldn't and still have a ball. So have as much fun as you want. Who knows how long this feature will be in, but yeah, if you wanted to have a whole bunch of fun, and this is very low stakes because it doesn't change your combat power or MMR, except for to push it up higher, I believe, the combat power anyway, up to a certain point. So yeah, this is very low stakes and just a lot of fun. And as long as your computer doesn't eat itself, should be a great time. So just jump in and have fun. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.